Hi guys, this is Ravi here. Today we are going to learn about the different diagnostic tests for the COVID-19. Before going into that, first we will see what is coronavirus, what is COVID-19 and what are the different diagnostic tests available to detect the COVID-19 and what are the differences and the limitation of those tests. So first we will see what is coronavirus. So, coronavirus are the large family of viruses which may cause illness in animals or humans. In humans, it can cause infections ranging from common cold to more severe forms such as MERS and SARS. So, what is MERS? MERS is called as Middle East Respiratory Syndrome, whereas SARS is called as Severe Acute Respiratory Syndrome. Then what is COVID-19? COVID-19 is a disease that is caused by the SARS-CoV-2. So it is nothing but the new strain of the coronavirus which was first identified in the China in the December 2019. That's why it is called as COVID-19. So now let's go to different diagnostic tests that are available for COVID-19 testing. So in this pandemic time, the testing number and accuracy of ongoing testing for COVID-19 is increasing day by day. And there are so many biotech companies are coming with the new undeveloped kits which can detect COVID-19. So all these tests are broadly categorized into mainly two types. First one are the serology based tests, second one are the PCR based tests. Serology based tests mainly they use the platforms like lateral flow ELISA or chemiluminescence. Okay, so these are the two types. One is either you will find out antibodies or you will test for the antigen. So these two are the serology based tests. Then we have second category tests which mainly based upon the PCR. In that we use mainly RT-PCR. So RT means reverse transcription polymerase chain reaction, and the advanced model what we have in India especially is TrueNAT. It was developed by the Mal Biodiagnostics located in the Goa. So first we will see the antibody testing. So antibody testing is nothing but identifying the proteins in the bloodstream. Okay, proteins in the bloodstream. Okay, to understand the serology testing, first we need to know how our body immunity works. Okay, when a person infected with any disease or pathogen, our body immune system responds to it and produce specific antibodies to fight against that particular antigen. So antibodies will be produced and they will bind with the specific antigen and will destroy that antigen. So this is how our immune system works. So for this process, our immune system produces two types of antibodies which are nothing but IgM antibodies and IgG antibodies. So what is the procedure for this test? So antibody testing. So blood will be collected either by the finger prick or by using the syringe. So here that blood drop will be added. So if a person is having IgM antibodies, we will get a positive band here. Okay, if person is having IgG antibodies, so there will be one more positive band appear here. So what is this? Okay, what is this IgM? What is this IgG? So IgM are the first response antibodies. Okay, that means if any person is infected with any type of viruses or the bacteria, So our body immune system first produce the IgM type antibodies. Okay. Then if the same person infected with the same antigen or the same virus for the second time, then our body system, immune system produce IgG type antibodies. Okay, so these are the late response antibodies you can call, but these are the most effective antibodies against that particular antigen. So if only this single line appears, IgM lines appears, that means person is recently infected with the virus. If both the positive lines appears, that means in the past that person had a particular infection or the disease. In this case, it is corona or COVID-19. So that is about the antibody testing. Okay. So next we will see about the antigen testing. Okay. So this is also a serology based testing. Here it will be based upon the ELISA, so enzyme linked immunosorbent assay. So I'm not telling in detail about the ELISA, but we will see how this test will be performed. So whenever the person is infected with this virus, our body system, immune system, recognize this protein as a foreign particle and produce the specific antibodies against this spike protein. Okay, so how this test will be performed? We have ELISA plate that will be coated with the antibodies. Okay, so now you will collect the sample. So what is the sample in this case? For antigen testing, it is the swab sample from the nose. Okay, so after the treatment, so after neutralizing the sample, so that sample will be added to the ELISA plate. If the particular antigen is present in that sample, that will go and bind to this specific antibody. In this case, it is the spike glycoprotein. So that will go and binds to this specific antibody. Then the secondary antibody will be added. Okay. Then there will be reaction takes place and we will get the result. Okay. So this is the briefly how antigen testing will be done. Okay. So here we are going to find out the spike protein of the SARS-CoV-2. So this is how antibody testing and antigen testing will be done to identify the COVID-19 patients. So next what we have is the second category of the diagnostic test. Those are RT-PCR. Okay. So what is the difference here? So far what we have seen is the serology test where we can identify antibodies or antigens. So which are serology based test. Okay. So where we use blood in case of antibodies, swab sample in case of antigen. But in the case of the PCR identify the genetic material from the pathogens. Okay. So if genetic material is there, it will multiply that genetic material through a chemical process and produce millions of copies of genes from one single virus. Okay, if only one single virus is also present, we can produce a billion copies of the genetic material. So that's why this test is more reliable and more specific and sensitive than the serological testing in identifying the COVID-19 patients. Okay, then why it is RT-PCR, why not PCR? Okay, so one thing we should remember here, PCR requires DNA as a starting material, but our virus is a RNA virus. So what we do here, we convert this RNA into a DNA by adding one simple enzyme, that is reverse transcriptase. Okay, so there will be a reverse transcription and RNA will be converted into the DNA. From this, the specific gene will be identified and that will be multiplied many times and we will get a millions copies of the selected gene. Okay, so as I told, there will be a chemical process, so there will be fluorescent dyes added to the reactions, so we can identify not only qualitatively and quantitatively also how much genetic material of the virus is present in the particular sample. So this is how RT-PCR is more reliable and specific than compared to the serological tests. So next, what is there is difference between the tests. So we have seen serology test, we have seen RT-PCR, but what is the difference between these two? As I told, in the serology we use blood for antibody testing and swab for the antigen testing. Okay, and the time taken to get the report is within 30 minutes. Whereas in the RT-PCR, the sample is the nasopharyngeal or oropharyngeal swabs, or in some cases we can use the sputum also. Okay, so these swabs will be once collected will be kept into the virus transmission medium where virus will be neutralized, then will be transferred to the laboratory. After the process, we will break the cells and we will isolate the RNA, that again will be converted into the DNA. Okay, so this whole process, it is very lengthy process and it will take up to 8 hours to get the report. Then what is the purpose? Why we are doing the serology in some cases, why we are doing RT-PCR in some other cases? Okay, so these are the purposes. To diagnose, first of all, to diagnose the patients. Epidemiological purpose. So by doing this antibody testing or antigen testing, we can identify how fast the virus is spreading in the community. Okay, then if some patients are recovered, so for the plasma therapy purpose, we can identify the plasma donors by doing this serology testings, and is also useful for the vaccine development. Okay, then where RT-PCR will be used? Okay, with all this purpose, by using RT-PCR, we can qualitatively and quantitatively detect the COVID-19. Not only qualitatively, we can identify quantitatively as well. And as I told, RT-PCR is more specific and sensitive compared to the serology test. But there are limitations for each and every test. Now we will see what are those limitations. Serology, so first antibody testing, accuracy depends upon the antigen specificity and type of the antibody detected. Okay, so it is IgM type or IgD type antibodies, and most important thing is the cross reactivity constants. What is this cross reactivity constants? Nothing but the false positive results due to the antibodies to other coronaviruses. Okay, so not only SARS-CoV-2, there are 4 more coronaviruses already exist in the nature. Okay, so because of this other coronavirus, there is a chance that false positive results may occur. Okay, so it is nothing but false positive results due to other coronaviruses. Okay, in the antigen testing, it will reveal whether a person is currently infected. That means it is simple. If person is having coronavirus or the COVID-19 disease, means he will that person obviously will have the antigens in that body, and in these cases we have chance that the false negative results may face. Okay, what are the limitations for the RT-PCR? It only detects the ongoing infections. Okay, in the serology we can identify the past infection of a particular person, but in the RT-PCR it only detects the ongoing infections. And main important thing is it requires specialized equipment and training. Specialized equipment in the sense it is required separate rooms. Okay, it required biosafety cabinets for the testing of these samples. PPE is required, and most important thing is the training. Okay, handling of the samples, processing. So training is very important, and the quality control is not guaranteed. when you are using the RT-PCR. So these are the some limitations of the serology and RT-PCR tests. Okay. Okay. Last what we have is a TrueNAT test. It is also a PCR, RT-PCR. Okay, but it is a chip based. Okay, so we can say it is last mile diagnosis. Okay, latest version of this TrueNAT test can also detect the enzyme, that is RTRP, found in the RNA of the SARS-CoV-2. So these are the different diagnostic tests that are available to detect the COVID-19. So thank you.